Under the veil of night, with the heavens strewn with twinkling witnesses, Jamiu sat in the quietude of his homestead, the air thick with decisions yet unmade. His wife, Ayoola, her features etched with worry, watched him through eyes that had shed too many tears. "Jamiu," she urged, "the heart's path is never without thorns. Yet remember, revealing the truth could shroud us in peril as dark as the night that surrounds us." Her warnings painted vivid images of retribution that chilled his spine. What if the villagers saw him as the linchpin of their suffering? Would they not clamor for justice, a justice that could see him at the end of a spear for breaking the king's trust? The weight of these outcomes bore down on Jamiu, a pressure that threatened to splinter his resolve. To speak the truth was to walk into a storm. To hold his tongue was to live in a tempest of guilt. Jamiu's mind was a battleground, torn between the urge to reveal the truth and the instinct to protect his wife and himself. In the quiet of the night, Jamiu wrestled with his conscience, the shadows in the room playing out the tumult he felt. Ayoola, her own heart, a nest of thorns, watched her husband. She knew the turmoil that gripped him, for it mirrored her own. "Jamiu," she finally spoke, her voice a tender balm. "We cannot change what has been done, but we can shape what is to come." Her words were the catalyst he needed. Jamiu decided he would confess that it was indeed he who had been entrusted with the secret of the well by the king. As dawn crept over the horizon, casting the first golden rays upon the village, Jamiu prepared himself for the day of reckoning, his decision weighing heavy on his heart. The chiefs of Ilulamo, their faces etched with lines of concern, convened, awaiting Jamiu's arrival. The air was fraught with expectation, each elder weighed down by the burden of their collective uncertainty. Jamiu approached, his gait slower than the rising sun, his mind a theater where different futures played out. As he stood before the gathering, the words of confession teetered on the brink of revelation. But at the pivotal moment, fear's cold hand guided his heart away from the truth. With the eloquence born of desperation, Jamiu spun a tapestry of half-truths, declaring his willingness to search for the Oba, though not as the confidant, but as a concerned subject. His offer was met with nods of acceptance, though the air buzzed with unspoken suspicion. The chiefs, their instincts honed by years of leadership, sensed the incompleteness of Jamiu's tale. They resolved to consult the oracle once more, to seek clarity on the identity of the king's confidant. With plans set for the morrow, they implored Jamiu to join them in their quest for answers. The night held its breath as Jamiu, shrouded by darkness, prepared for a journey fraught with uncertainty. With a heart heavy as the sack of clothes he carried, he penned a note to his beloved Ayoola, his words a mixture of hope and foreboding. "Do not despair, my love," he wrote, "for I must seek out our king and redemption. Await my return, but know I venture into the unknown, where even my own shadows I trust not." Slipping away under the cover of darkness, Jamiu left behind all that was familiar, driven by a force greater than fear, the need for atonement. The village, silent and unsuspecting, slept as one of its sons vanished into the embrace of the night. Dawn broke, yet the light could not lift the heavy sorrow that clung to Ayoola. The discovery of Jamiu's absence cut through the village like a sharp intake of breath. When the chiefs arrived, their presence a grim reminder of the meeting that was to be, Ayoola could do naught but succumb to her grief. The note, her only solace, remained hidden, its words burning in her heart. As the elders probed, her resolve held firm, a fortress guarding the last vestige of her husband's wish. The chiefs, their eyes shadowed with understanding, left Ayoola to her sorrow. It was unspoken yet known to all. Jamiu had gone to fulfill the task set by destiny, to retrieve their king and restore the peace that once cradled their village. Jamiu's journey was a solitary trek through the dense tapestry of the forest, each step a silent prayer to the spirits that watched over Ilulamo. The path, untrodden and wild, spoke to him of dangers unseen and trials untested. As he reached the cusp of the neighboring village, his search turned up empty, like the hollow of a tree long dead. The king was not there, his presence a ghost that danced just beyond reach. With a heart growing heavier, Jamiu set his sights on the next village, hope a dwindling companion. As Jamiu delved deeper into the heart of the forest, the hushed whispers of danger amplified into a deafening roar. The stillness of the woods was shattered as a fearsome beast, as formidable as the bandits that terrorized Ilulamo, emerged from the underbrush. Caught in the piercing gaze of the predator, Jamiu's footing faltered, his fall symbolic of his surrender to the unfettered power of nature. The beast, a monstrous creature with eyes alight with primal intent, advanced, each step a menacing echo in the eerie silence. Jamiu's fate teetered on the precipice, the thread of his existence fraying under the weight of impending doom. His journey, his bravery, his very life was at the mercy of the beast, poised to be swallowed by the gaping jaws of oblivion. To be continued.